Alrighty. All right, we are live according to this. Now, hopefully when we get this going here, we'll have the ability to stream it, show it. And there are a lot of parts I will be skipping, but we got one guy in here. Thumbs up, all right, two, all right. Welcome. Yes, you're in the right place. You are here for the Cafe 80s theme, then you're in the right place. Cafe 80s. Yeah, that's right. Blu-ray Back to the Future set. Might be backwards. I'm not sure. Let me know if it's showing up backwards or anything, and I'll fix that. I used to stream a lot more often, but I don't so much anymore. But yeah. All right. Hey, Sheldon. If I hold this up, is this all forward or backwards for you? Let me know if that Blu-ray cover shows the correct way. And for the desktop, stuff might show backwards at first. We'll figure it out. I think it looks like my desktop. If I go to my desktop here and I switch this over, it looks like that's showing up forwards too. Nothing looks like it's backwards. I know it's in Korean, but Disney is forward. So, all right. Well, I'm just going to give everybody a couple minutes here because I just posted in the chat. But once people jump in, we're going to have a good time. I did figure out one thing beforehand. But I'm pretty sure the release of this theme will be this weekend, if not before, because I've done, I think, all I can to it. I think we are there. I know this theme took a little longer than people planned, probably, but that's because when I changed direction, I had a whole thing ready of not Cafe 80s, but just like a coin ops kind of mock, fake coin ops one, and but then I had an idea about Cafe 80s from the Back to the Future movies and or Back to the Future 2 movie, and so I started looking through my Blu-ray set that I have, and my Blu-ray kind of showed me, hey, do something with this. Do something with Back to the Future. And I don't know how many people out there like Back to the Future, but if you like Back to the Future, you'll probably love this. I will be skipping. There are videos. That actually play as part of the theme. They're all skippable when you're using it, though. Just a simple up or down on the control stick, and you can skip the video. I put those in there. There's another way to cancel out the videos, and I'm going to try to put it into the theme switch, so you can have Cafe 80s with videos or Cafe 80s no videos. But it is pretty sweet theme. Thank you, Sheldon. I've been working hard on it probably for the last 2 months because I like this stuff. Took me a lot of learning to do, but let's go ahead and get this preview going. I am going to put myself probably down in the corner here. All right. Actually, I'll hide myself. All right. And you won't have the sound. One, I don't want to get hit with a copyright hit, but number two, because it's only going to pick up my microphone sound, I think. We'll see. If you guys get the sound, cool. And I'm going to probably skip out of the front video. There is a video that plays in the beginning, but again, you can skip that just by pressing the start button on the ALU. So. Yeah. So that's part of the opening there. So I gotta check this out. So I don't know what sounds are coming through and what ones aren't, but I have the sound over here. And so this is how the menu looks, the main menu screen. If you switch between things, I'm going to go over here. If you switch between things, you do get, different pictures. There are different ones that come up. So if you keep switching back to arcade, for instance, you'll sometimes see a different image. You won't see the same one over and over. But there's only like 3 or 4 different images, not a ton. This actually is one of the final things I got finished. I might put over that Bellman retrospective that it said something about. I'm going to say an 80s retrospective. And the TV comes up after a couple of seconds. I was trying to use the same videos that show in the other theme, Luna. So it's just the same videos on a lot of that. Now, if we go into the arcade, we do get a scene from the movie here as well. And like I said, pressing any key automatically skips past it. Can anyone tell me if the sound is coming through from the theme or no? Because I know this is music playing. And I definitely don't want that to play through. So no sound. Okay. And I expected that. You'll have the sound on the real theme. When you're on the one screen and showing the preview video, you do not have any of the sound from behind. But as soon as you skip that video, start scrolling or whatever you decide to do, it skips the video, and then you have the sound from the internals here. So back to this. So all games, you come in, and it takes you to this spot where Marty's watching the game. And when you do wait on a game for 3 seconds, it's pretty quick. You get a dashboard, a little like Doc had in the DeLorean, and it has a little metal textured, and you get destination up here. Actually, I'll do this so I can point around. You get the destination here. I don't know if that's showing up. Actually, I don't think that is showing up. But regardless, you can see year, genre, company, players, and rating all come in there. And then you get the destination details, which is basically the story of the game. That's the story. And this information's all there already in the metadata files and such. So you don't have to download anything new. You don't have to go in and enter all this. I know people are asking about the size of this theme. The theme itself, it did? Okay. The theme itself is only about 250 to 300 megs. It's not very big in size. And it might actually be smaller than the last time I sent it over to Sheldon and them. But the little arrow here is which one you're on, and like I said, this is the story that I was talking about. This All Games is the playlist. So if you have other playlists or you make other ones for it, if you hit and switch to playlist, so in favorites, I have Pac-Mania that I added in. You could see Pac-Mania is the only one then that shows. And over in the right, you do get an index. You can see that, the letter index. So if I go back to the other playlist or another playlist like Light Gun Games, you can see as I go through the titles, it's scrolling through the letters on the right. Hopefully that's coming through okay. And down at the very bottom of the screen, you have how the number of games. So this is game 37 of 44 in this particular playlist. So we'll switch to another theme or another playlist, buttons. And these are all existing playlists out there in All Games, Twin Stick Games. And I just made icons and such for them. Spinner games. And these are not using the retro, and Sheldon, you can correct me on this, the retro arch or retro arc. They're using like the standard controls for these games, even though I think they're trackball games. So there's like 2 ways to load them. There's through collections, and then there's through playlists in All Games. So there's 2 ways to get to these same lists of games, but they use a different core and launcher, I think is how it goes. There you go. They're using the retro player. So retro player versus retro arch or whatever. And so that's how this works. Vertical games as well. Okay. So if I exit out of here, you get back to the general Cafe 80s. and go over to collections, and you have this wall. He's watching, he's watching these. And it is funny when it comes in on this one as the TV's coming in. Marty says it's a classic, and that's actually from Back to the Future 1 when he's at his mom's house as a guest for dinner. But when you're going on these don't hide or anything. I'm probably going to add the dimming, so only the one you have highlighted will be visible. That dimming that happens after 3 seconds. But if you go into one and you're viewing the list of all games for that, this is the playlists for that system. And I think only all games is in here, but I think you can build a favorites list for yourself. So we'll go a little faster now. We'll back out of that. And we got genres. That takes us over to this part of the arcade, this part of Cafe 80s. And Marty can watch, and you can pick from all these different games here, different types, puzzle games and such. And then you're back at the counter looking at it. Only one playlist in this one as well. And then there's the information about the game. And if you are on different games, depending on the game, we have marquees for some games. We have the whole whole cabinet for other games. So it's whatever, whatever we have in the one sauce, whatever's there. And I did find some things and some ways to get some stuff working that we're going to be changing around that might free up some space on SD cards, but we're not ready to talk about it yet. But yeah, I particularly like having the arcade machines and such like this. And we can go out of here. You got all the different genres here. So go out, and we're going to leave the systems. Systems, you come over, you got the different systems like Band Presto, Visco, and such. And you got, you're in a little bit different part of the arcade or a different Cafe 80s area. Sorry, it's been a long Monday. And this just plays out. If you select one, and you're back at the counter, and you're seeing those, and you can see the arcade cabinet on this one is really a different one. So depending on it, sometimes it's just a marquee in a cab. Sometimes it's a completely different looking cabinet altogether. So, all right. So now let's leave Cafe 80s and go out into the computers area. So computers takes you over to Blast from the Past. Blast from the Past is the antique store that you saw in the movie. Some of you might recognize this. So what we have here is we have an antique computer playing footage, commercials, and giving information about the computer system. So as you scroll through them, it shows different commercials. I got to adjust the timing on when it starts playing the commercials here. That needs to be fixed. But when you go in here, you can pick, like, let's say the Commodore 64, and then you're in here viewing the games for the Commodore 64. And they have, they're all in here. And if there are playlists like recently played, you can see action games, adventure, best of, fighting games, platform. So there's a lot of different things. And thank you, Casey. I appreciate the compliment. So you go out of here, then you can exit out completely out of Commodore 64 or computers if you escape again. And they're all in here. The NEC ones are in here. Open Bore is out in here. Pico 8. Like I said, I'm going to adjust the timing here of it playing the video. That's why there's just some fine little things. But the hope, and I'll say this again at the end, the hope is to get this released this weekend. That's what I'm hoping for. But look at consoles. Hopefully you guys will like this one. I did a lot of work on this. I don't know if you know this part of the movie where it shows the Cubs won the World Series, but when you go in here, I had to clean this image up because this was actually, I had to go and find multiple spots where it was empty and try to piece it all together to get a completely clear image here to put history of console gaming. But if we go in there now, there's a little scene here that plays. And I just took it's not the best one I've done, but what I love about it is the guy goes, "I wish I could go back." And Marty goes, "What did you say?" And the guy goes, "I said I wish I could go back." And then and that's the cutting out that I'm putting in there. So to play it again and just watch the upper left corner because I actually worked on this for an hour this morning, taking this image and doing a like 3-plane tilt and getting up in the corner and matching the coloring up to try to make it look like it says that the whole time up there. It's not perfect, but I had to get rid of the baseball that was up there. So I thought that came up pretty good. When you go through the systems here, it is transparent on the video screen. I don't know if that's coming through, but hopefully you can notice that a little bit. I set it to like a 60% clear, so it's pretty easy to see what was going on there. So it makes it very transparent, including the logo of the game system. So if we go down like to Nintendo 64 here, you know, you can see through it, and it's pretty cool, huh? I like this one. And the consoles are down at the bottom of the screen, like that. All right, so that's this one, and this one I'm pretty proud of. I like this one a lot. Going down to handhelds, you get different pictures here for some of these. So the Holomax Jaws. Sometimes you get, that one of Marty about to be eaten. That sometimes you get that one where the shark's coming out. And if we go in here, thank you, Sheldon. This one does a little preview of the scene. I'm going to skip it just so we don't get marked. But then it transitions into this menu automatically if you just want to let it play out. If you press up or down on a control stick or press a button, you can skip out of it. But if you notice, the console at the top is actually phasing in and out a little bit. I tried to make it a little bit like it was holographic there. The little window on the left, I might increase the size of that. It's just tweaking things at this point. But if I pick a console, like let's say the PSP, and the shark comes up occasionally like that too. He comes up about every 30 seconds or so. He hangs around for a little bit, and then he actually disappears like that. So I thought that was kind of fun. But you can go into PSP, and then you're viewing the PSP games. And just like when you're doing anything else, if there are playlists, you can switch between the playlists. And make your playlists, of course, and you have that letter index on the right again. And again, at the bottom, you have the number. So you can see there's 174 titles here on this one. And that's number 174 of 174, one of 174. All right. So we can go out of this one and, just like supervision, all of these are about the same. Nothing really different about the consoles. But if I go out, then we did skip collections. I'll go to that though. Jukebox, I haven't done anything with. It's just the jukebox how it was. But I did put a little jukebox from Back to the Future 1. That's the only thing from Back to the Future 1. I got to try to get a clearer image. I think I had done a filter on that, so I just got to redo that. Light gun games. These I was able to get like 4 different pictures because there's a lot of them there when he's playing in the Cafe 80s. There's one when he's walking up to the machine. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to come up. Oh, this is actually something that was there that they had made. You hardly see it in the movie, but this you got from the Blu-ray bonus features, Pontiac sales and hover conversions. But there's other pictures. Oh yeah, there you go. Like you'll see those. And that little kid in the red is Elijah Wood, in case you didn't know. But if you click enter on this one, you do get a part of the movie where he talks about Wild Gunman and pulls the thing and shoots him. And I did editing to make it a little smaller of a scene. And then they insult him. That's a baby's toy, They say that's a baby's toy. And then here you got, the different cabinets and such, depending on if it's available, if there's an asset that it can use. There we go. Don't know why that Awesome Sauce logo looks weird there. I'll have to look at that one. All right. Moving over spinner games, though, you go in here. You got a little scene where Marty's spinning around. I figured, well, that's good because that's all I could find. Okay, yeah, if you got a 3D movie background, definitely. I'm willing to take anything. And here's your spinner stuff. That'll probably be popular for the people getting the wheel going. And then trackball, I don't have a video, but hey, here's your trackball games. So go nuts. Got 76 of them. And then we got the twin stick games. This one, the video's not playing. There seems to be a thing with Retro FE where it won't play a video less than 5 seconds. But I had a funny clip, and I just want to tell you about it, where it's old Biff. And I'll actually just show it really quick here because I like this one. Let's see, where did I put my... There are a lot of things I've been doing. So there's a lot of files here. But twin stick. There's a very brief scene. He goes, so he says, "What the?" And then it shows the Smash TV machine. And then he says, "What? 2 of them?" And it's because there's twin sticks. I thought it was funny, but it's not perfect. But I just wanted to have something there. I may not keep it in the final version. I don't know. Yeah, Sheldon. I have to look at that one. That's why I have to go through. I did a bunch of QC passes on it today and kept finding things all over in it. But it's a lot better than it was this morning. That's for sure. Let's see. Yep, twin stick games, as I discussed, and this actually is another thing from the movie I found on the bonus stuff. There's a lot of fun stuff out there. But going out here, Bellman retrospective, like I said, maybe making this an 80s retrospective, and then themes, and nothing amazing here, but you do get a little Texaco theme. Can skip it. And here's where you can pick. We don't have a video for Cafe 80s yet, but we do have the Luna one, so you can see kind of how that looks playing on here. And again, there's a weird video delay, but I'm going to be fixing that. And I probably maybe there might be, I think, a video alignment because I did shift the screen to the left. So I got to shift the video to the left. That's why it's playing a little bit off there. But the idea was to put it on the screen like he was ordering. And I thought about even getting rid of the wheel on the right for this one and just having it where you actually, when you scroll, the screen actually changes which video you're watching. And it says the name of the theme and then starts showing the video after like 3 seconds. So I thought it'd be a little neater than just the giant list of games. And that's only because it's not like there's 800 themes, right? So yeah, that's what you got on this one here. And then the Renee, it may be released as the other coin ops theme I was doing. That's a little simpler. But if you're a fan of Back to the Future, I did do a lot of work on this, especially for this area. I had to do cosmetics here, cut this out from the Blu-ray and such. And yeah, it's a lot of layering going on and stuff, and the floating Marty. And again, there's things that might change between now and when this gets released on this weekend. But yeah, that's where it's at. So hopefully you guys like this preview. I do like the Renee theme too, Sheldon. Actually, I do like that theme because it's simpler. It's much simpler. It's not Back to the Future themed, so it's more showing backgrounds like generic Atari, Coleco, And I did make a backup of it before I started chopping it all up into Back to the Future that we just watched. So thank you guys for your time. If there's any comments, feel free to put them in the Facebook group right under the post about this video. And it's like I said, it's about 250 megs only for this theme, so it's not that big. And we might be doing some other things with some of the assets, moving them around so that you can have not as many duplicate assets for where the collections and the arcade stuff overlap a little bit. But we're working on that, and we'll keep you posted. But thank you for attending. I appreciate you guys, and that's why I'm here. That's why I got involved and started working on this stuff, because I like this community and I wanted to do what I could to help. And this definitely took a lot of wind out of my sails. I'm tired after all this, but it was a great learning experience, and got a great framework built if we ever want to do one around something similar in the future or in the past. So I'll let you guys go. Have a good night. Stay safe. Bye.